Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are finding this content useful and helpful on your trading journey. So for those of you guys who don't know, on the first and third Tuesdays of every month, for the most part, we go ahead and we go over and give some trade ideas. We discuss some potential entries and potential, just trade ideas is the word I'm going to stick with there. Using a really easy to follow, beginner-based kind of reversal system that has some pretty cool rules coded in, but really focusing on how simple this can be. So last Tuesday, well, the last time we did this was on October 18th. So that's the third Tuesday of October. We looked at, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trades. That's a lot more than we typically do. That's a whole stinking lot. Of those 10 trades, we've made over 1,400 pips. 1,400 pips, one loss, okay? 1,400 pips, one that didn't enter, but once it would have entered had you held it open or kind of kept the pending there, has also moved over 89 pips in profit. Not a bad way to be. I mean, that shows how simple trading can be. So today we're going to look at two new entries, one being Ripple, one being gold. Not looking for a whole bunch today because I think I'm going to just discuss a little bit on a couple of topics. So before we do that, 2,800 pips in total. It has officially been about 3 months. So we've got about 3 months worth of calls. So September, October, actually less than 3 months now because we didn't do all of August. In that time, we've got over 2,800 pips, and that's not even including a bunch of indices. That average is approximately 80% accuracy. The average loss to win rate, so that means if you took the full loss and or the full win, is about a 1.3 to 1 win to loss rate. None of this is meant to be perfect. It's just meant to show you how simple trading can be. And I think what I really wanted to hammer home today the most is trading is as easy as you make it. And there was a gentleman in this morning's class who brought it up that, I mean, honestly, it's just weighing heavy on my heart to say, how can I make this any clearer than it is? So again, imperfect system comes down to really good management and people who are over trading. They're overthinking. This system, again, not a perfect system. Nothing is a perfect system. Nothing is a perfect strategy. If you trade it right, can be very, very profitable. So before we go on, 1,400 pips at a 0.01. Please understand every broker is different. The value of every pip lot is different based off of platforms, currencies, and about a billion other things. But rounded out, you're looking at, what is that? 140 some odd dollars, give or take, on the very, very smallest lot size, approximately. Okay, on a 0.1, you're looking at, $1,400, right? On a standard lot, and standard for a reason, is $14,000 in about 2 weeks, using about 20 minutes of your time. That's $14,000 approximately, okay? For what? 20 minutes of your time. Again, you didn't overthink, you didn't come back, you didn't overanalyze, you didn't over-emotion. This is so simple. So with that said, we're going to go review because the proof is in the pudding, right? And I just want to keep doing this over and over and over again, no matter how mundane, how boring, how ridiculous. And it's not always a good time, let's be honest. But just so you can see, right? Because we're showing you these trades every Tuesday. We're reviewing them again the following time. We look for some new setups and over again. So before I do that, of course, I'm going to have to brag a little, which I don't do too often, but last month in our private group, we actually had a perfect month. I was on the phone with my girlfriend and I was like, that's kind of cool. Totally by accident, obviously. We're aiming for good results, but in general, it's not, very, very practical to have 100% win ratio. And we did. And I'm sure a lot of companies are going to use that as huge points. And it is awesome. It is a beautiful thing. 100% accuracy, 25 trades. Again, not a perfect month. A lot of ins and outs on this. We've got over, almost 500,000 pips in total, but in all fairness, these are indices. 88% live trading accuracy. Average win to loss rate is about 2.8 to 1, which is, again, really, really good. So I could go down into percentages of gain and all that other good stuff, but at least wanted to show you this to show what we're doing in our morning classes, looking for a couple of trade ideas, and then just really open discussion and hang out. So with that said, let's go ahead and go over to the charts and review these setups. So rather than go spending a whole bunch of really long class time today, I'm going to only look at 2 for the following week, and then we'll come back and do this again in 2 weeks. I'm hoping that you guys are taking these trades on a paper trading account, on a demo account. If you don't have that set up yet, go to the link tree in the YouTube, pick any one of those brokers, sign up for a demo account, and just hit buy, hit sell, hit pending, hit do what you got to do to learn the system, to learn trading, all demo, monopoly money, and say, wait a minute, can I do this? You guys know that the stop loss is above 1 hour structure plus a 1 hour ATR cushion, right? That's to help protect against spreads and all that good jazz. You know that when this pending is set, if price breaks that potential stop loss area, the trade idea or pending order is no longer valid. You also know that once it's in profit by 50 pips, and we use 50 because, well, not everybody's really prepared to talk about ATR and all that other good jazz just yet. So once you're in profit by 50 pips, you should be protecting in some means. That means applying a trailing stop, closing out your profit, trimming some of your profit off, and closing a portion of your lot sizes off of that trade, moving your stop loss into profit, moving your take profit out. But whatever methodology you want to use, I use an automatic manager. You guys can do you, but you should definitely be making some kind of actionable, profitable decision somewhere around 50 pips, and or, I would say anywhere from 1 to 3 ATR on that 1 hour time frame is going to be a really good kind of target area. So without further ado, let's go take a look at the charts. Okay, this is really going to break the speed in which I do these calls, but having said that, you guys can see this is our simplicity template. We have a nice little J low, J high arrow. You can program arrow, if I could talk. You can program that to be whatever you want it to say, buy, sell, or whatever else. You guys know we've got my little tool up here that gives me lots of information, and my dashboard, and of course my manager. So starting from the left, we've got Australian USD 1 hour time frame. Here's approximately where we were looking from where we looked for this entry. Beautiful, easy, really easy, 180-ish pips, 160, 80, depending on where you entered, totally fine. Again, great way to be. We're going to go ahead and remove that. Of course, we're retesting now. If I zoomed out a time frame, just for those of y'all who are curious, I wouldn't mind continuing to buy this. We're holding it. If you are still holding some of this position, it's got a lot of room on the bigger time frames. But otherwise, for now, I'm not looking for a new entry. So that one played out beautifully and perfectly. And now we're going to go ahead and remove these. Remove all drawn objects, and we're going to start fresh. Take this off of our watch list. Next is not NZD USD. Same kind of concept. This is where we were looking. Okay, we activated and entered over here. From where we activated and entered. Again, beautiful, profitable pips, depending on your lot size. This is worth a couple $100, couple of $1,000, $20,000. Like, this is not nothing. Once you have the skill set, you'll know how to manage. Once you can decide what you're risking per trade and know how to manage your margin in your account, this is really as simple as you make it. So again, great way to be. I'm going to go ahead and remove this off. Remove all that stuff done. We looked at that live on YouTube. Go back to the recording if you're not sure. USD Chef. Oh, now I forgot. Me and my brain. Hold on. USD Chef was tricky, so we're not counting any of these pips, and here's why. So this is where we were looking approximately, because we know that's on 10:18 US time, which is 10:19 chart time. So this technically, okay, does not really give us an entry until over here, right? We don't get any of that confirmation until here, in which case when we got that, technically we got a positive 89-ish pips from where, would have entered, give or take, right? Reason why we're not counting this as an active order is because of this. So if this is where we were looking, my potential stop loss would have been up here at the highest plus a 1 hour ATR. This spring beat that out. So this spring would have canceled out this pending order, making it no longer valid. So again, same concept of what I looked at on that other pair. If you're looking for an entry, I definitely wouldn't mind taking a potential sell based off of bigger time frame analysis, based off of a lot of other information. I'm in on that. We've got our impulse. We finally broke through. We broke that trend line. We retested the trend line. Definitely looking for a sell, but this doesn't count. No win, no loss. Not a bad way to be. Taking that off of our drawing board. Had you maintained a pending entry there, you would have actually been profitable. So small favors, right? Silver was next. Here's where we were looking. Let's see. Oh, wrong time frame. I was like, man, that looks way different. That looks like it makes more sense. Here's where we're looking. We activated it and around over here. We never beat structure plus a 1 hour ATR. Sorry for making y'all dizzy. I make myself dizzy too. It's just my Apple mouse. Okay, let's see if I can keep it still. There you go. Beautiful. Not a bad way to be. And keep in mind, these pips are worth 5 times as many as some of the other profit, per pair. So we could definitely say, hey, technically speaking, this is like 500 pips, but we're not going to do that. A pip is a pip is a pip. So with that said, again, beautiful situation. I'm actually not looking for a continuation on this just yet. I wouldn't necessarily look for an entry, although we did just retest the 50 on the 1 hour time frame, and it definitely has some more room. I'm looking for, again, up in this range. So that's where we drew that little potential target. I still think it's valid. So as a scalp, by all means, you do you, boo-boo, but I'm not looking for a long-term swing on this currently. And again, great trade. We're just working through this. This is not fun and this is not sexy by any means, but this is the real. You want to see, does trading work? Can it work for me? This is what you need to know. So again, this doesn't have my little vertical line, which is a complete pain in my butt, but just bear with me. The 19th at 2 o'clock, we were looking for the break of these previous fractals. We got that. Okay. Again, beautiful potential pips right there. Gosh, that's almost 10 times the 1 hour ATR. Not a bad way to be. We never beat structure plus a 1 hour ATR cushion. So this is all valid pips, all profitable pips, all amazing potential. So that, guys, depending on your broker and your lot size and how they do their contract sizes, this is $150 minimum. Well, I shouldn't say minimum, but $15. This is $150 on average. This is $1,500 doing literally nothing for 2 weeks. Okay? Nothing at all. Go ahead and take that off of our watch list. W. I have to, I don't know how else to say this, but Euro NZD 1 hour time frame. Obviously, this has an enormous ATR, so this moves quite a bit more. Look how much this has given us. This has given us a whole hefty amount of pips since we activated this, and that's over 400 pips in total. Great potential profit. You could have taken more than one entry, especially if you know how to actively trade and look for re-entries on smaller time frames to go with your bigger time frame analysis. This is as simple as it gets. So again, love this trade, worked out perfectly. Super grateful. And I do want to note that this little target line that we drew, this magenta line, check this out. When you're good, you're really good. This is where we entered. Okay, we knew we were expecting a reaction at this magenta line. So this magenta line, this ish line, we drew that live on Tuesday the 18th American time. Please notice where we're getting this reaction. So I'm going to zoom in. We are literally rejecting off of the area of interest that we marked up 2-3 weeks ago. Okay, we're literally bouncing off the zone that was our target. And that's what learning how to trade means. It means being able to say, this is where I'm going to take my entry. I'm really confident what my targets are. I know how to play this along the way. I know how to manage until I get here. And here's what I'm going to do about it. That's all that happened. So we took this entry. We're coming right down into the zone. We knew we wanted to see the reaction. Well, congratulations on those who got your more than 400 pips on this pair. Please expect a reaction here. We have perfectly hit our target in full. Sometimes it takes weeks, sometimes it takes days, just depends. Now, of course, we wait for the reaction. If we get a reason to continue down, I want the pullback, and then I want to take this a little bit further. So we shall see. But again, really proud, grateful, all that good jazz. Take that off my list. Whoops. Try that again. Ta-da. Okay. GBP odd. This one's tricky. I'll zoom in, make it a little bit less ugly. Still has yet to make the master move that we were looking for. As you guys can see when I zoomed out all fugly. Here's where we were looking. We did activate. So far we've moved over, what is that? Got over 200-ish pips, give or take. Not a bad way to be. We, of course, have pulled back and retested, have still not made a higher high, and I would definitely be looking for a re-entry on this pair, without a shadow of a doubt. Got a reason to sell here. At the break of the fractal, I would be looking again. Beautiful potential long-term. We have, again, this would be my target way down here. So from where price is currently at, let's see together. What is that? Stay still, silly butt. Yeah, that's a lot of pips. It's 400 or 500 pips away if I can get my mouse to stop bouncing around. It only does it when I use certain recording stuff. It's crazy. Let's try that again. There you go, 400 or 500 pips. Not a bad trade, so please keep your eye on that. I would definitely be looking for reactions in and around this gap zone, and of course in and around this liquidity void. But again, this is a simple to follow trade. Very, very easy. Easy peasy. So take that off, clear the board. Okay, I could go find 10 trades this week, but I'm not gonna. But I'm talking you through a couple, so if you have ears to hear, by all means, go do you. GBP CAD, same thing. Here's where we were looking. Look how perfectly this moved out, right into the void that anybody who works with me knows I would be targeting right here, perfectly into that area. Of course, we have made another sizable move since then, and now we're looking to sell back down. So from the place we looked, from where it activated, in total, what is that, 100 and some odd bajillion pips, 190, 189-ish pips. Not a bad way to be. Not too shabby. Take that off of our watch list. Again, I'm doing this boring stuff. I know looking for new trades is way more exciting, but you'll never look or care about the new trades if you don't see that these ones have worked too. And that means the good, the bad, and the ugly. I think this is the one that fair and square activated, if I'm not mistaken. So GBP Chef, total loss was about 180 pips. So here's where we were at, give or take, right? We were looking on the 18th, which is the 19th chart time. This does activate. Whoopsie, come on, silly butt. So we're looking past here. This does activate. Here's structure. We have to add at least 1 hour ATR. Equals about 180-ish pips is what we ended up losing, what I ended up losing on this. I think I lost 179 point something, but you win some, you lose some. I don't have a good reason, don't have a good excuse, other than you win some, you lose some. So now I will go up to a bigger time frame though. We consolidated for a hot minute. 4-hour time frame. I'm still not looking for a reaction just yet. We have no reason to. So this was a loss simply wrong. And sometimes you're going to simply be wrong. I was looking at this as, hey, this has enough room to come retest this void. And it did. It doesn't mean that it had to. So that was a fair and square loss. And that is done. I don't have anything fancy to say about it either, unfortunately. Nothing fancy pants. What is this? 200 in total, 248 give or take. So again, we were looking for this to sell off, knowing that even from where we entered, if we got a reaction at the liquidity void, we would say, okay, we've got enough room to protect and make healthy decisions. Well, we of course came down to retest previous lows. We got our pips out of it, but as for what it's going to do right now, I would not be looking for anything on this pair personally. At least not to where it's sitting. So this is the 1 hour time frame. Let's pop up to set up because I'm curious now. This is what I do. That's rough, because if you took it at the break, there's still plenty of room to retest, which we knew that from our previous analysis, but still, it's so late based off of where my stop loss structure would be. To me, I'm out on this. I would just have to sit this one out regardless. So, but on to the pairs we're looking at this week. Gosh, 17 minutes. Okay, I'm doing not bad. Not too bad. I'm trying to keep these at 20 minutes or less is the goal. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. So we've got gold, make that W. We've got Ripple. If I can ever find it, make that W. Try that again. Catch up. And we'll even do GBP odd, a non-USD pair. No, there you go. So 3 trades, 1 hour time frame. You guys know the deal. Just to hold myself accountable and so I don't make any mistakes, I'm going to put GBP odd on this so I know to come back to it and record. Now, GBP odd, 1 hour time frame. Let's take a look. We can't draw a vertical line, but what I can do is this. So here's where we're at. We've got a little bit of divergence. We've got a lot of reason and a lot of room. So what I'm going to do is literally from where we're sitting, from the most recent fractal down, I'm going to make this a red dotted line. Red dotted to say, hey, in and around this area, it doesn't have to be an exact price point. None of this is exact. The only thing exact on these charts are quarter points, and everything else is guesstimations and areas of interest. Even Fibonacci is so individualistic and subjective that it is beside me, so that's for sure. I'm looking for it to come down into this range. Expect a reaction, okay? But expect a reaction by the time we beat out this zone. By the time we beat these lows, I'm going to expect a reaction in here. I'm going to expect another reaction here. Otherwise, if I zoom out, we know what our targets are. We know in general if we break this M formation, we're looking for a measured move, which is going to put our target way down here. It's going to put us into this range. Great overall trade analysis. I'm going to expect reactions at these voids. You guys all know the drill if you work with me for a little while. So that's one new trade idea for the next 2 weeks. Ooh, I think I'm going to end with Ripple. Gold next. I see a lot of potential in gold. I guess I'm going to start with this. So I'm going to go here, coming up all the way into this range. Sorry. Come on. There we go. Okay, so where's our most recent 1 hour fractal? That's a bit high. I don't want to be late on gold. I want to be early. Well, early is the wrong word. I want to be on time. Don't want to be early. Fashionably on time. Green, dotted for pending, saying, hey, when we break this area, I'm willing to buy this. So zooming in, we know this is our most recent fractal area. Okay, we know I'm looking for it to go up. We know, of course, you can take an entry now. We've already broke through their 50, retested it. We're sitting a little bit lower. It's going to give you a better risk to reward, better stop loss. But in general, you've got a lot of room on this. And even with your stop loss here, plus a 1 hour ATR cushion spring, you've still got a great risk to reward overall. So this is the next thing I'm looking at buying. Please just consider a demo account. Just go play. You don't even have to know everything. You don't have to have it all figured out. Just go test this out on your demo account and see how it does. And then come back to me and we'll work and we'll see what we can do together. But XRP, last but not least, I've got some pretty extensive markups. I mean, ranging from 6 months. I'm not going to go into that much detail. That's too lengthy. We've got a buy on the daily. We've retested. We have broken above. We've retested, looking for the continuation. We've got a buy, not just because the system says so, but we have quite a few confirmations. We still also have a buy on the 4 hour, even with the system. 1 hour. We literally are on the candle of a buy, literally, as I stutter that word out. That was awesome. Our most recent fractal, I can't even really say here, we're already above that, so I would love to scooch that down a bit. And I do want to notice at least we've broke through, we've retested this zone. Anybody who's worked with me would know this would be where I would be targeting beautifully. So by all means, anywhere in this range, we know we've retested, so we still need this to continue and show us that we are right in our direction. But in general, I'm going to zoom back out, make these candles ugly, proving you don't need to know all the stuff you think you desperately need to know to be good at this. So from this area, I would say the moon, like every other crypto expert on the planet, but I think crypto and other instruments are going to do what they're doing, and our job is to learn how to trade them and not decide what their value is going to be in 2030, because none of us actually know. But I'm not going to say that too publicly. So XRP 1 hour time frame, buy signal based off of simplicity, super easy. We know that our stop loss is going to be below 1 hour structure plus a 1 hour ATR. It wins, it wins. If it loses, it loses. And that's it. So I'm going to hit pause real quick, come back to this really quickly before I pop off, and just show you. Listen, come along with me for this ride. It's free. It costs you nothing. It's on YouTube. It doesn't do anything. Just take your demo account and come see what you can do. Let me help you see that you don't need to be an expert in all the things you think you need to be an expert in. You also don't need to be overtrading, and overtrading is probably why you're losing. Overthinking, overanalysis paralysis, and jumping around from strategy to system to management style to EA to bot to pair and everything in between is probably why you're struggling with Forex. So, or a big chunk or portion of the reason why, I should say. Other than that, I will talk to you probably, I'm reasonably sure, before Thanksgiving. So I hope that these trades are serving you well, that these calls are at least making some impact in your life. If you have any questions, comments, and what have you, please put them in the chat. Otherwise, happy trading, take care, and God bless.